I want to talk about one of the most powerful and often overlooked features in Swipebucket. I don't know how many of you use the Kindle Highlights feature. You can access it here on your left, and when you do, the first time it'll be empty. You just hit import, and it'll import all your Kindle highlights, all your notes. And if you use colors, you'll see these different colors. I only use yellow, but you could even sort by the colors. It's pretty powerful, and you could select the country, USA or UK, at the moment. But there's a lot you can do with this, and what's really, really amazing about this is I do a lot of reading, and it's so great to have a review of this. And as you know, you get a daily review every morning of everything it looks at random things in your buckets or your swipes, and just sends you as many as you wanted from the bucket, so you can not forget things that you haven't looked at from so long ago. So, for example, if you go to your settings over here, you can see that you get to select the buckets you want to get email notifications on. So you select how many you want here. You can have a max of 10 per day of this, and it randomly will select from all these buckets that I've made, or as many as you have, or you could select particular buckets, or you could deselect some that you don't want to. And if you're particularly studying something at the moment, you could be studying something for, you're learning a new skill, or you're particularly Facebook ads, you could just select that one, and you'll just get constant reminders of that every morning. And you could do the same with your books. You can have all the books, and you get random highlights from all that you thought was important, because you highlighted it or you wrote a note about it. And you select how many you want on the bottom, just like the buckets. And every day you will get an email like this. This was today's. And you get this. These are highlights from your buckets. These are things that I had swiped. It could have been a long time ago that I swiped it. It does, and they might not be, very recent, but that's very good because you get reminded of things you forgot about that were important. So these are all swipes from the buckets, but underneath that, you have your Kindle highlights, and it's taken from books that you highlighted, and you can see the name of the book is here, the author is here, and here's the highlight that I've made. And this is another book, Charisma on Command. This is Claude Hopkins, Scientific Advertising, a great book, by the way. And you get this every morning. So you're never going to forget anything that you've swiped that was important to you at one time that you might have forgotten or just not had time to revisit it. So if we go back over here now, I want to show you just some of the things that you can do with this. One of the things that you can do is that you can share it. Well, actually, I don't need to do that. Let's do this. Let's open this up. So let's say I want to share this by email, this particular Kindle highlight I did. So I put that. I'll share it to myself just so you can see how it works. Let's do this. I think this is the address of my account. Okay. So now I share that. So now that's going to my email. What happens is, if as you can see that it's gone to my email now, and this is what we just sent to somebody, in this case mine, and there is the exact highlight that I did. But what's really great about that is if I have an account, if you share this with somebody, they're going to get it in their email regardless. But if they happen to have a swipe account as well, you can go to your shared with me section over here, and you will see it. There is what I just sent to you. And I received it here, and it's in my Swipebucket account now. Now, you could leave it there in the shared space, or you could drag it, or actually you would just go to options and move it. You would move it into one of your buckets or a new bucket, and then do whatever you want with it. Because when you open these things up, when you've shared something, you could edit it. You could do whatever you want with it. So it's yours to do what you want and use it for ideas or just to be reminded of something. And we have a lot of sharing. You could share it, in all sorts of ways. I mean, Facebook, you could share it with Twitter. I think it's LinkedIn, like WhatsApp. Soon we're greatly expanding on this. There's going to be a short URL you could copy and paste we're doing some really incredible things coming up the Swipebucket, massive changes actually, and I think you're all going to be very happy. But I wanted to do this quick video because I think this is often overlooked, and it's super, super handy. It's one of my most favorite features of this whole thing, getting that digest every morning of things I've swiped, ideas I've had, things on the internet I saw that caught my attention and I never went back to them. But now I'm getting these random thoughts coming in every morning, and I don't forget anything. Everything comes back to be revisited. So it's pretty powerful. I hope that was as important to you as it was to me. And any questions, feel free to contact us, and we'll talk soon.